choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Saturday, March 22, 2025. Today in history, on this day 193 years ago, German thinker and writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe passed away. Known for the sorrows of young Werther, Faust, and Götz von Berlichingen, he embraced British empiricism and French Enlightenment ideas, becoming a key figure of Weimar classicism and one of Germany's most esteemed writers. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. U.S. weighs visa restrictions on 40-plus countries. According to reports from Washington, the U.S. State Department recently drafted a list of 43 countries subject to varying visa restrictions. These countries are categorized into three groups: red, orange, and yellow. The red group, including Afghanistan, Bhutan, Cuba, Iran, Libya, North Korea, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Venezuela, and Yemen, faces a suspension of all visa categories. On his inauguration day, President Trump signed an executive order directing the State Department to identify countries with insufficient screening measures, justifying partial or complete entry bans. During his first term, Trump had already imposed a travel ban on 7 Muslim-majority nations. Syrian interim president signs constitutional declaration. According to AFP, Syrian transitional president Sulla recently signed a constitutional declaration, setting the transitional period at 5 years. He expressed hope that this marks a new chapter for Syria, replacing oppression with justice. The declaration retains Islamic law as the legal foundation while safeguarding freedom of opinion and speech. A Supreme Election Committee will oversee legislative elections, with restrictions preventing the legislature from impeaching the president and the president from dismissing legislators. Notably, it guarantees women's rights to work, education, and full social, political, and economic participation. Russia retakes 2 settlements in Kursk region. According to Reuters, the Russian army has advanced on the Russia-Ukraine battlefield, recapturing 2 settlements in Kursk Oblast. The Russian Ministry of Defense reported that Ukraine lost about 220 soldiers, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, and an armored vehicle in the region. Ukrainian President Zelensky denied that Ukrainian forces were besieged in Kursk Oblast but noted that Russia was amassing troops in Sumy, preparing for a new offensive. Meanwhile, U.S. President Trump described talks with Russia as fruitful and expressed optimism about ending the 3-year war. He also claimed that thousands of Ukrainian soldiers were fully surrounded and in a dire situation. Thailand approves billions for infrastructure and digital growth. According to comprehensive news from Bangkok, the Thai government approved a 200 billion baht investment, including the Bangkok Metro Orange Line and 3 data centers, aiming to boost economic growth. The Orange Line, connecting Bangkok's western and eastern suburbs, will cost 109 billion baht, while the data centers and cloud projects will receive tax and other incentives. Thailand's economy grew by 2.5% last year, with investment applications rising 35% year-on-year to $33 billion, the highest in a decade. Prime Minister Paetongtarn aims for 3.5% growth this year through increased exports, tourism, and investment. UK economy shrinks 0.1% in January. According to Reuters, data from the UK National Statistics Office showed that the UK's GDP shrank by 0.1% month-on-month in January, mainly due to declines in manufacturing and construction. Economists had expected 0.1% growth, highlighting stagnation since the Labour Party's landslide victory in July, adding pressure on the government. While economists predict the UK will return to stable growth this year, risks are rising. The escalating tariff war under US President Trump has led to sharp declines in global stock markets, raising fears of a global recession. Malaysia's Penang uncovers illegal warehouse. According to Malaysian news, the Penang Domestic Trade and Living Cost Department recently uncovered an illegal oil storage depot operating without permission, arresting 6 suspects following a public tip-off. This is the largest illegal cooking oil packaging case in Penang this year. Authorities noted that while market prices for cooking oil are Rm5 per kilogram, recycled cooking oil sells for around Rm3.50 per kilogram. Criminals profit significantly by selling it to food manufacturers, catering businesses, or recycled oil buyers. Fortunately, law enforcement intervened in time, Otherwise, proving the oil's illegal repackaging and redistribution would have been difficult. Vietnam's Vinh Nghiem Pagoda truck lamb statues named National Treasure. According to VNA, the People's Committee of Bac Giang City and the Vietnamese Buddhist Association of Bac Giang Province recently held the opening ceremony of the 2025 Vinh Nghiem Pagoda Festival at Vinh Nghiem Pagoda in Trien Commune, Bac Giang City. During the event, the Prime Minister's decision to recognize the statue of the three truck lamb patriarchs of Vinh Nghiem Pagoda as a national treasure was announced. Experts note that this statue, carved from a single piece of teak, is uniquely preserved and unlike any other. It holds significant historical and cultural value, deeply tied to the development of Vinh Nghiem Pagoda. Previously, the pagoda was designated as a National Special Historical Site. According to Xinhua Finance, the 30-year Treasury bond futures recently fell nearly 2%, marking their lowest closing level since November 22, 2024. Meanwhile, the 10-year main contract dropped 0.56%, reaching its lowest closing level since November 27, 2024. That's all for today's Qing Chao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.